So to say that Singapore wants to be a Web3 hub and then simultaneously say, we're not really going to allow retail to trade or self-hosted wallets to be available, those two things are incompatible in my mind. And I would like to see Singapore embrace retail trading and self-hosted wallets.
So you are.
Hey, everybody. It's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan. And yes, this is Brian Armstrong of Coinbase. He too was at the Singapore FinTech Festival. These videos are coming out slowly. I was able to find this one. I felt pretty lucky because it's still unlisted. And he had a lot of interesting things to say. Let's continue a little bit more with this discussion.
And by the way, I think, the 1.7 billion people in the world who don't have access to any financial infrastructure or bank account, they can benefit from crypto the most, perhaps. So it's for everybody. It's a tool for economic freedom that can help bring people into a more fair economy where there's strong property rights and free trade and all these things. But let's get into the use cases, which is what you asked about. So, we've long believed that crypto is going to go through these three phases. It's going to start off as purely an investment vehicle, a new asset class. Then it's going to become a new set of financial services. And then it's going to become a set of applications that are not even financial related at all. So we've seen that progression happen. One of the things Coinbase tracks internally is we say, what % of our customers are doing something other than trading with crypto? And that number is now over 50%.
Really?
It is.
Over 50% that do things other than speculation.
Yes. And not all trading is speculation, I will just say.
Explain that.
Well, people commonly will say that, crypto came down so much this year, and, what if people lost money? Well, guess what? Netflix and Spotify, they came down 80%. These are, regulated, approved assets that are out there. So anyway, we're in a broad macro recession. This is not a crypto-specific thing. And we believe there should be consumer protections and appropriate disclosures and centralized exchanges and custodians like Coinbase. They should be regulated. But I think it's really important to mention that, in Singapore, there's currently sort of an acceptance of, institutions should be able to trade this. Stable coins, those are fine. But we're a little hesitant about retail people trading this. We think it's too risky. I really disagree with that. I think that it's actually vitally important for retail customers to be able to have access to this. It's sure there should be appropriate disclosures, but this is like the beginning days of the internet. And people, yes, they want to trade, but they also want to do all these other things. They want to do peer-to-peer payments, remittance. They want to do commerce. They want to get yield on their assets. They want to do borrowing and lending. And increasingly in the future, they're going to want to do things that are not even related to financial services at all, like having a decentralized identity or artwork through NFTs and the Metaverse and DeFi gaming and DAOs.
That example that was used with the traditional stocks that have also seen this steep decline, it really is true. Look at this, anywhere from 70 to 90% off in terms of percentages. Peloton, DocuSign, Snap, DoorDash, Coinbase, Lyft, Spotify, Zoom, Zillow. I mean, it's just really a very bad market right now. But remember, markets are always cyclical. In this video, we're going to catch up with Elon Musk. We're also going to take a look at the most recent tweet thread that came out from Sam Bankman-Fried. He's got really, it's not seemingly slowing down between he and CZ at Binance. And also an ODL user, that would be the on-demand liquidity that uses the digital asset XRP. There is one company that has raised a big Series B round, another 20 million to expand, and also another ODL user who is now a bank. And Weitza Wind and his team made my pre-mint of an NFT using the Xumm wallet so fast and so easy. It's my first NFT on the XRP ledger. So come on, everybody, let's go. Getting up to speed with FTX, which Sam Bankman-Fried founded, is, well, I don't know where you're at with how much you have been following this, but there seems to be some bad blood between he and CZ at Binance. Now, CZ was one of the original investors to help incubate FTX, but something's gone astray. And we have the two of them kind of battling it out in a public manner on Twitter. Dr. Martin Heisenbach is the head of research at Uphold Exchange, and he said that the money is fleeing FTX to the tune of, I think he meant to say the tune, it says to the time of, but I think he meant to say to the tune of 50 million per minute. Well, what happens in these situations is that everybody just gets scared and starts to make a run on moving their assets. About 2 hours ago, Sam did a tweet thread that starts off with, "A competition is trying to go after us with false rumors. FTX is fine, assets are fine," and continues with some details. FTX has enough to cover all client holdings, and we don't invest client assets, even in treasuries. We've been processing all the withdrawals and will continue to, and with 1 billion excess in cash. We have a long history of safeguarding client assets and remains true today. And then finishes it off with, "I'd love it, CZ Binance, if we could work together for the ecosystem." So he's handing out an olive branch, that's for sure. A move that I know he feels he has to do because he's got a tremendous amount of assets leaving the exchange. It's a bit scary because as an ecosystem, we really don't want to see a big major exchange like FTX go down. The fallout would be very bad for everyone. We've got a mission statement by sorts today from Elon Musk. He tweeted that Twitter needs to become by far the most accurate source of information about the world. That's our mission. I can get on board with that. But then also, too, Jack Dorsey had a good reply. Because accurate to who? Good point. Managing this Twitter platform has got to be one of the most difficult jobs out there. Moving right along, we've got the Ripple partner People, who was awarded the Visionary Award back at the Swell event that took place in 2021. Well, they had some big news today. Another round of funding. The United Arab Emirates digital payment solutions company People raises $20 million to expand the financial inclusion in the Middle East and Africa. This is really wonderful since they are one of the key ODL users in this part of the world. The best news for me was Novatti, the ODL user in Australia, in their investor briefing recording, announced that they are now a bank with the launch of the International Bank of Australia. As a user of the digital asset XRP and providing these banking services to fintechs around the world, you're going to see ODL build out under their white label solution.
We've spoken about the bank license for a number of years. Often when we spoke about other licenses, such as our acquiring licenses, and we've in fact over time delivered all that we said. The bank license has taken longer, but it now absolutely completes our set of licenses and really brings through a lot of the capabilities for the group. We have a unique ASX listed group. Within the group, we have acquiring licenses, issuing licenses, cross-border licenses and capabilities, and now a banking license. We also have applications in for licenses in other jurisdictions, as well as holding licenses in New Zealand and Canada.
Today I did a pre-mint of my first NFT, which will be officially minted on the XRP ledger with Expector. They're going to join me this week for an interview, but I really want to play for you a video that was uploaded about 12 days ago that's totally gone under the radar with Wietse Wind, and he is with XRPL Labs. He and his team built Xumm, the wallet, and I used the wallet to do the pre-mint. I'm telling you, it was fast, it was easy. Listen to this clip with Wietse.
Building very secure software, very good key management, it's the hardest thing you can do in this space as a developer. So you don't want all the developers to deal with that and to potentially make mistakes and to potentially compromise end users' funds. And you also don't want to teach users that it's okay to just take your private key and enter it somewhere. Because every time you type it, every time you enter it somewhere, you are entrusting yet another developer, another system, another code base with this secret that potentially compromises your savings. So all of this combined is what we felt the entire space needed and what became Xumm. So to most users, Xumm is just this app they get from the App Store and they install on their phone. But there's actually an entire platform behind it. There are a couple of thousand developers building on this platform, and users just go to a website, they scan a QR code, they swipe right, they signed a transaction, they made a trade, they obtained an asset. But there's an entire ecosystem and there's infrastructure behind that, making all of that possible, while we do the key management. We do the hardest part. We keep your keys safe on your phone. Oh, and we provide support and everything. But what it comes down to is to allow developers to do what they're good at. And that's build new stuff, be creative. And we'll do the hard part, the key custody, the end user interaction, and allowing them to meet up on this platform with end users.
Just as I was going to wrap up this video, there's some breaking news, and it's not good. The New Hampshire court finds that LBRY offered the LBC, their token, as a security, and that the fair notice defense fails. The court finds no reasonable tier of fact could reject the SEC's contention that LBRY offered LBC as a security, and LBRY does not have a triable defense, that it lacked fair notice. The SEC is entitled to judgment, and the SEC's motion for summary judgment is granted. And Jeremy says that LBRY fought the good fight, but lost at summary judgment. The judge hung his hat largely on the fact that there was essentially no use for the token at the time of sales. I would expect this case to make its way into the SEC's final brief in the Ripple case. All right, everybody, we're jumping to the fluff. Yeah, I was thinking the other day, I bet ramen, the Japanese style ramen, is probably just as popular around the world as sushi is now. Well, if you do come to Japan, there's a chain called Ichiran, and they do something that's a little special. But first, let me show you, if you do come as a foreigner that might find it difficult to order off of some of the menus, they have solved that problem this way. All 80 locations throughout the nation, they have these machines that you can order by just looking at a picture, putting in your money, and you get out a little ticket that you hand to the server, and it's as simple as that. What's great about this chain is that any child up to grade 6 can eat for free, accompanied by an adult. So this is a really popular place for grandparents who want to take 1 or 2 of the grandkids in to eat for free. That's really great for people who are on fixed incomes. All right, everybody, do take care. Sayonara for now. Bye-bye.